Where were you?
So you want to know where the next cap parade is, huh? Well, it's not Plymouth. But neither is Tweets.
I was getting a new suit.
It's a nice suit.
Thank you.
Isn't this song copyrighted?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Hello, and welcome back to the 4th episode of Ask VRC. As you can see, we've kind of changed the locations and the way we do our filming. Today will be more of like a dash cab confessional style. We'll be having our interviewers hop in the back seat and telling us their best stories. We'll go to the driver over here to get our questions, and from there, let's do this.
What was your first experience on VRChat like?
Well, my first time playing VRChat was actually a long time before I actually really got into playing. Like before all the attention, like before the Knuckles meme and all that. I got on, and the first world I went into, there's basically just a bunch of crashers, and it basically ruined everything for me. I didn't play it for like another year.
Chaotic would be a good word for it. You know, I had a crowd of 10 chowders chasing me around one of the Avatar worlds, so, you know, maybe disturbing and chaotic would be a good term for my first experience.
My first experience in VRChat was something that normally, you know, people wouldn't go through. It was back when the hub wasn't, you know, the one that we all know and love today, where it's like empty and gone. And I was obsessed with Overwatch at the time, so I grabbed the Reinhardt avatar, and people kept on flocking over to me. But the harsh thing about having an avatar that big is you can't see past the chest plate. So I spent the first week of VRChat talking to people that were like 3 times shorter than me without even seeing their face, and it was something. But it was a funny experience, because once I got a different avatar and saw, you know, them face to face, started talking to them, it was more fun. It became more of a sociable game for me.
So my first experience in VRChat was me and my friend Aristova. We actually just downloaded the game, and we didn't even know where to go, so we just got some avatars real quick, and he became a bird. And then we went to the pug. And my first experience is just having this huge guy just follow him around trying to fucking pick him up, and him just running around the pug the whole time. And that went on for like about 30 minutes. Like just non-stop, him just running. I think that was my first experience, and then, yeah, that's about it. I mean, it was pretty crazy. Just watching a little bird just run around, evading some guy.
So my first experience in this game was, I saw the Knuckles meme, I joined, I thought it looked like a fun game. So I joined the Suburban House map when it was still pretty popular, and met some cool people on there, and still friends with them a year and a half later. Pretty cool game.
I'd say back when I used to play on desktop, it was a pretty good one. One of the first like big experiences, when Solid Legion used to be a thing with ModX, him, Rare Spice, and all the others that were like in like the bigger ones in the group came running through the pug, just chasing like anime girls around, asking them to have their babies and everything. I think it was one of the better times, because that's also when I was with my first friend in the game, who was conveniently a snake as well. So it worked out.
So when I first started VRChat for the very first time, it was scary. I didn't know where I was or what was going on. The first world I was loaded into was the hub. The old green hub. It was like around Christmas time. I didn't know anyone. I was just doing my thing, world hopping. And it was a bit daunting just sort of hanging around with random people. I eventually found a community. You can tell by my tarts, the kid marching band that I ended up hanging out with. It's pretty much the first sort of week in VRChat. It's just mainly world hopping. I avoided Uganda, luckily, before it went big. That's pretty much it.
It was something, because found an avatar that I liked. It was a GLaDOS. Went to a public pug and met up with this random group of people and rolled dice to get a Snapchat. I won. I still haven't gotten that Snapchat yet.
So, I guess I'll preface that by telling you what got me into VRChat. Basically, I saw a video of like a lolly peeking around a corner, and after playing non-VR games for ages, that kind of movement really sticks out, because if you look at every other game out there, all NPCs are always standing straight up, so seeing that movement was really interesting to me. And so the moment I got into VRChat, I pretty much played it for almost 48 hours straight, and I was pretty much running around Guy Night all the time, seeing all the hilarious stuff that goes around in there. I still miss that map. There's all sorts of crazy stuff going on with all the people with animations and all the, like, Canas and Loli army going around. I miss those days. And that was pretty much what my first experience was like. Eventually, I found somebody with a Nanachi model, and that was around the time when Made in Abyss aired. So, like, I just had to chase them down and find out where it was, and it was pretty cool to meet other people who had seen, the same animes and stuff that were recently coming out. And then eventually I met more Nanachis, and we made a group, and now it's one of the biggest VRChat communities to this day. And it's pretty awesome.
It was actually really fun for the fact is I made friends in 5 seconds. I loaded into a hot lobby. All of a sudden I was roped into something, and I had like at least 6 friends then. And so for me, that was amazing.
What is your favorite place in VRChat, and why is it your favorite place in VRChat?
Treehouse in the Shade.
Japanese onsen.
Karaoke Central.
The Pug.
The Pug.
The Great Pug.
Open mic.
DJL dance stage.
Near Automa, the flower den thing.
There's a bunch of really cool shaders in that map. It basically changes the whole skybox, and there's things like space with a view of the Earth. There's castles and the beach. Just a bunch of really peaceful, relaxing places, and there's amazing ambient music albums there, and it's so peaceful and relaxing. I love just going there and hanging out with friends.
I love it because you can literally pass out in the water and actually move the water ripples around and everything like that, and pretend like you're drowning slowly as your fears wash right across your faces.
It's a place where, you wouldn't expect to really meet people that also have a good taste in music. It's one of those places that when somebody clicks a song, you have to hope and pray it's something that you like. And even if you don't, hope and pray, then by the end of the day, there's always going to be that one person that's singing by himself, and you're going to be that one guy or girl, depending on whatever, to walk up right next to them and start singing Queen, anything that's, available at that place with them, and just rock it out. Until eventually you have a whole group of people singing and having a great time on VRChat just the way it was meant to be. I love that feeling. There's nothing better than having, friends, even if they're strangers or family, just all in one place, doing the same thing at the same time, enjoying themselves, whether they be from Asia, New York, or Russia. They're still having a great time on VRChat.
It's just so random, honestly. Every time I get on there, I just meet some random ass people. Plus, I hang out with Mr. Ting and all of them. all the pug too. All my friends are always in there too. So plus, like I said, it's just random as hell. There's a lot of little kids in there too that sometimes ruin the experience, but it's all crazy. It's pretty fun.
It's an unpopular opinion because it's kind of cancerous in there sometimes, but I like going there just because that's where you meet the variety of VRChat, where you go just to meet random people, and I'm pretty social, so I like just going in there and talking to everybody.
Well, 2 reasons. One, that's where like I met like a lot of the first people I know now, and I guess 2, it's just like it's a nice gathering spot. I really wish it was a little more popular, but everybody just kind of wants to find a mirror to crowd around today. So, but it's still a good map, and I still go there to meet new people.
So I like the variety there. Sometimes I pull up my little piano here and give people a tune, but I like listening to other people play. And there's some nice people there sometimes. But yeah.
It's my favorite place because I just like watching other people dance. I dance myself. It's just a fun place to hang out, and it doesn't take forever to load.
It's my favorite place because for me, the music is the best part because you just go in there and you actually feel like you're in your anima. And it's just really fun for the fact is anybody can join in, they can do whatever they want. But you can also just relax and just listen to the music and zone everything else out.
So my answer to this is different because like my favorite place in VRChat is always wherever my friends are. There's a lot of really cool maps out there to see, but the thing I have the most fun doing is really just observing all the different kinds of people in this game and hanging out with them, and especially hearing what their creative output is, because I know a lot of creative people and I like to comment on it. So I really care more about being wherever other people are than where we actually are in particular. Now, when I feel like being alone, I just choose one of my favorite AFK maps, which is either Northern Apartment, Bedroom Theater, or Purgatory.
What is your most embarrassing story on VRChat?
Oh, dear Lord. Let's say I made friends with a bunch of people that were really into a bunch of ERP stuff, and I had no clue about it. And I had my friend, Mr. Ting. He joined the world, and apparently he could instantly tell that that was what their personality was. And let's just say later, after he joined, they performed a session for me, and I was scarred for life.
I remember there was a Saturday where I was drinking a ton with some friends on the game, and I thought it would be funny to try and defecate in one of the urinals in the pugs, and when I turned around and looked, there was actually 10 people that were all watching me at the same time, so it was a little unsettling.
So, this is pretty recent. I was told by my friend that I would be going to the pug. We would just be hanging out and doing a raid, and just messing around. And it was a giant Escanor model. And Escanor is from the anime 7 Deadly Sins. He's a big guy, but the model was changed to make him look like a cop. And he wasn't the type of cop you'd see, on the streets. He was one of the frisky kind of cops. And I was in that model, walking around, just messing around, and I just so happened to stumble across the streamer Fabiano. And my friend just told me, yo, we're gonna go raid that guy in that corner, okay? And I didn't know what was going on, so I just went to the corner. And a couple seconds in, we're all just dancing on this one guy in the corner. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I should just say something funny. So out of nowhere, this stupid side of my head rings off, and I say, there's Escamore where that came from, and everybody just starts cracking up, and I'm just sitting there sweating so hard, like, oh my god, what did I just say? That just embarrassed myself so bad. It was so bad. But out of it, I got to make like 5 friends in one day because, screw it. I guess being funny has its perks.
So I joined my friend, and he's ERPing, and they're just standing there in the corner. I was in the corner, and the girl actually starts signaling that I'm in the room, but she doesn't talk. And yeah, he turns around and he just freaks out. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And it was just an awkward situation. I just had to leave.
Okay, so mine's not in VRChat, but it's related to VRChat. I met up with a friend that I met in VRChat, and we were hanging out because her family was in town for vacation. And then after we got done hanging out, we were going so she could get picked up by her parents. So we went to the restaurant that we're at, and I guess she had talked to her parents about me. And her dad, giant 6-foot-something man, gets up in the middle of a restaurant and runs straight towards me, yelling bubbles, and gives me a giant bear hug in front of people. So I just kind of muttered out, "I'm getting hugged." I didn't really know what to do. And that was pretty embarrassing.
Okay, this one was a kind of a hard one to find, but I guess I'll just go with I actually managed to get a relationship temporarily in this game. I was hoping it would last longer, but unfortunately it didn't. But she would constantly want to I guess VR kiss all the time and in public, and she didn't care when or where, and she would do it for long periods of time because it would embarrass the hell out of me. So one time we were in a pub hiding behind a curtain, and like 6 people all decided to go behind that curtain at once, and needless to say, the entirety of the pub was was behind that curtain watching us like fool around, and I couldn't stop like laughing. I think that'd be like one of the top tier most embarrassing moments for me.
Oh, it's kind of a tough one really, because I haven't really had too many embarrassing experiences. But I think probably the most embarrassing thing is I usually lead marches around with a bunch of other people dressed up as little kittens. And sometimes, well, one time, I was doing my usual march and lost connection. So there'll be a bunch of people, and suddenly the leader who was playing music vanishes, and a bunch of kittens just wandering around aimlessly. I have to obviously log back in and apologise and everything, but yeah, it's pretty embarrassing for me, though.
Not going to go into detail, but let's just say my face was in a girl's nether regions for a solid period of time.
By choice or by accident?
It was by choice.
So you're ERPing then?
Pretty much.
Okay. Thank you for your time. You can leave.
Go f*** yourself.
Just joking. Come back. I gotta take a picture.
In VRChat? I don't know. I've never really embarrassed myself. I mean, I stutter a lot, so I'm embarrassed on a daily basis sometimes.
I think I don't really have an most embarrassing part in VRChat because I don't do that much embarrassing stuff. I think, maybe I said something wrong, but I don't really know.
Hey guys, oops, driving. We just got done filming our episode 4 of Ask VRC. I want to thank everyone for watching. You got anything to say? Shout out?
Nah, man. Thank you
Alright,
again
well, that
for
sucks.
tuning into our video.
Too bad. Oh, shit.